In Your Ears Music presents Shining a Light On. Join us as we shine a light on artists that are under the radar in the music industry. Listen, discover, and share along with us. Here is your host, Ady Hanson.
Hello and welcome along to the latest In Your Ears Music Shining a Light On podcast, where we talk to an upcoming artist and focus a metaphorical light in their eyes. I'm very happy to say that this month we bring you a very exciting band hailing out of the best city in the world, my home city, Oxford, and they are Suspire. Hello gang, how are we all?
Good, very good.
Good,
How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's nice to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. So we've got three of the band here. So why don't you all introduce yourselves one at a time, tell us your individual roles in Suspire, and then I'll let one of you introduce whoever is in here.
Go on, Emily, do you want to kick us off?
Sure, yeah. I'm Emily. I'm the bassist in Suspire, and I do a lot of the bandmen as well.
I'm Sam. I suppose you might call us lead singer, but play a bit of acoustic and electric guitar as well.
I'm Zin, do a bit of singing, lead guitar, and we're missing Jack, who plays keys, and Albie, who is the drummer.
Cool. So shame they couldn't make it, but we've got you three on, so that's good enough for me. So it's nice to have you on, Sam, Emily, and Zin. So I'm going to let one of you tell us the story of Suspire, how you met, that kind of thing.
I'll let Zinny do that one.
How do we meet? So, well, me and Sam lived together. That came about through both our girlfriends being best mates from Oxford. So we both met our significant others at university. Sam went to Leeds, I went to Liverpool. We sort of met a few times and then eventually decided to move down to Oxford. Started writing some tunes together, did a couple open mics, and Emily is both our girlfriends, like mate from when they were babies, right? I guess. Yeah. So we knew she played the bass. So
You missed a bit. You missed. If we're going chronologically, Jack's my friend from. I went to nursery with Jack in Newcastle, and he's mad clever, doing a medicine degree at Oxford University, and with that comes grade 8 piano wizardry. So when me and Zin were writing the song, the first kind of fetus Suspire songs, yeah, I knew Jack was kicking about in Oxford, and he didn't live too far down the road from where I live in. So I sort of took it to him. We sort of sat in his bedroom a few times and kind of, suppose, put the starting blocks of what might become a band down. We then did an open mic, and because Emily's yeah, go on, Emily, go on, you say.
Like they said, my childhood best mates are their girlfriends, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you should come to this open mic. Like Zin and Sam and like their mate Jack are doing this new thing," and I was a bit like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll come along, sure, support them." And then they played, and I really enjoyed it. And then afterwards, they like sat there and they were like, "Oh, we need a bassist," and I was like, "That's cool." And then they were like, "Do you want to be our bassist?" And I was like, "Oh, me? I haven't played bass in about 8 years, but sure, let's give it a go." And then we didn't have a drummer, and I was having a bit of a party here, and somebody was like, "Oh, Emily, have you found a drummer yet?" And I was like, "No, I haven't at all." And like my mate's new boyfriend was in the room, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a drummer," and that was Albie. So this kind of all came together.
Yeah, it was very organic, which I quite like.
Yeah.
I was going to say that there's lots of kind of like branches, you're sort of interlinked.
yeah,
It's like it was destiny.
yeah. I suppose like Albie was the drummer was the only one we were like really looking for, but it's sort of even that sort of just came.
Yeah, just
We didn't like put posters out or anything like that. It was just...
I wasn't really expecting to find a drummer literally in my living room.
That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. I love hearing the history of how bands get together, because everyone's got a different story. And like I said, we just said that yours definitely seems like it was destiny. And you very recently released your debut EP, which I have to say I'm slightly in love with. Who wants to tell everyone a little bit about it?
You go. The debut EP, I suppose it's kind of a collection of songs that were all written within kind of the space of the first year and a half of me and Zin living together, and then the band becoming a thing. I think it strikes a balance between kind of some more rock and rolly type guitar heavy songs, and then more kind of melodic piano-y type numbers. But I suppose the title of the EP, A Safe Place, kind of came about because it felt like those 5 songs that are on the EP were written in an environment that did feel like a very kind of safe place. But yeah, safe place. And I think they're a product of the house that we live in, and then the friendship we made with, I knew Jack before, but Emily and Albie. So yeah, that's kind of the abstract executive summary, if you like.
Oh, I think that's quite cool. It's quite cool. I love the fact that you've sort of incorporated the fact sort of how you met and the environment in which you all met together as where you got the title from. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of one of them things where we wanted to release the collection of songs. We didn't really know what to call it. I was lying awake one night and it just popped into my head, and I was like, put it in the band group chat the next day, and everyone just thumbs up reacted.
And there's all the best names for songs that things come from just from idling a lot of the time.
Massively, yeah.
I've never written a song in my life, but I imagine it's probably not easier to write a full song, but almost easier to write a song than pick a title.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so you actually had a bit of a party to celebrate the EP, didn't you?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played it down at Tap Social in Oxford. It was good fun. Had a good turnout. Had some good bands supporting us. Had a DJ afterwards as well. Yeah, it was a good night. And it followed on till the late hours as well back here. So yeah, it was definitely a celebration. Yeah.
Yeah, they always end in disaster, those things. Just passed out in the living room at stupid o'clock in the morning. But
yeah, but then I imagine that there's such a big build up to the event, and I don't know how you guys work with your emotions before a gig, but I imagine there's so much building up to it, and then it's just this big release, and then you're definitely going to have a party afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I was there, and it was incredible. And I didn't realise you had 2 singers in a band until I saw you live. So that shows how well your voices work together.
I always find that amazing because these 2 are from completely different places. But yeah, you're right. You can't really tell that they're 2 different people unless you really listen, I think.
I think once I'd seen that there was 2 different people, then I could do it. When you listen to it again, then you know, don't you, if you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, we're going to play a song off of the EP now, because this pod isn't just chat. We are going to play some music as well. And I've decided that I'm going to play Mind Numbing Television. So we'll spin that one now, and then we'll come back and have a little bit more of a natter.
Sounds good.
Force-fed hay with a spoon. From the age of just 13, even the beam in the light of the moon can't help you know me. And life was easy till I learned of it all. Foolish and naive, so please don't take your eye off the ball while they lie and deceive. And now you fill to the brim with anger and anxiety. You're talking rubbish again. It was all just superstition, but that's okay. I'll just resort to mind-numbing television. Should you pay with another bag of what your sadness will keep? You're stumbling over your feet. You're talking rubbish again. It was all just superstition. But that's okay, I'll just resort to mind-numbing television. They got us running in circles again, causing nationwide division. But that's okay, I'll just resort to mind-numbing television. Mind-numbing television. Mind-numbing television. Again. It was all just superstition. But that's okay, I'll just resort to mind-numbing television. They got us running in circles again, causing nationwide division. But that's okay, I'll just resort to mind-numbing television.
So now we've heard you, let's talk about how you create your songs. What is the process behind making a Suspire song?
I think it comes quite organically, really. Usually it's either me or Sam or both of us or Jack sort of write something just in your bedroom, in your living room sort of thing. And then, yeah, we take it to the guys at practice and figure out the rest of it. But it's usually... It's nice, really, because it means that a lot of these songs can be sort of taken back to how they were first written, which is usually just with, acoustic guitar and on the edge of your bed or something like that. So yeah, it's usually happens quite naturally. I don't think we ever really sit down and say, let's write a song. I think it just sort of happens. I can't do it like that anyway myself. I need to. It can't be forced, really. It just happens. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not built from a concept. You don't go, well, let's write a song about this.
No.
I think the minute you do that, that's when, because I have tried that in the past and they just end up in the bin because the ones that stick are the ones that kind of do come organically and you don't try and kind of push an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it words before music, or is it just a combination of the two?
It's always music first, isn't it? Really? Yeah. Probably. I mean, I've there's been songs where I've written the lyrics and then sort of written the music to them. But I suppose the majority of it's probably you find a nice chord pattern and then you start find a melody and then you just string some words together.
Yeah. I mean, I think the say take Grow, for example, that was a song that Zin had written a chord progression for and was like, it's kind of got a bit of natural melody to it, and then showed me, and then you just sort of start singing on top of things and it kind of just fell out the way that vocal works, and then you take it to the band and there's to be honest, it's probably my favorite Suspire bass part is probably on Grow. And yeah, Jack's always Mr. Reliable with keys, and Albie's the same with drums. So that's kind of, it just starts in blocks. yeah, that's how we do it.
At what point does Emily, do you come in with your bass then? Is it kind of like you're all in together in the room then at that point and you just start?
Yeah, or like sometimes I've like popped around to theirs beforehand and stuff. I feel like when I hear the songs from the first time from the guys, I can sometimes hear a bass line in that, or sometimes we play around with lots of. I think Row, we came up with something, forgot it, and then
Yeah, that was
came up with something else, and Sam was really annoyed, but I really wanted it was recorded, so
Voice notes, use voice notes.
yeah.
Yeah.
We practice. Yeah, we in practice once. We wrote a great bass line that, a week later we met up and realized no one could remember what the bass line was.
It wasn't a week, hold on. It was a few months later.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
But it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, it worked out the best in the end.
Yeah, well, the bass is my favourite instrument, by the way.
Noted.
Yeah. No, I just think that I think for me, when I'm watching a live band, I feel the bass more than everything else, obviously, because it's almost physical bass, isn't it? But yeah, and it's the groove for me.
Emily's mastered like standing there and looking cool as well, which I think you have to do as being a bassist.
I know they've got this kind of cool vibe about them, haven't
Yeah.
It levels us out as well,
Yeah. When I'm like hissing, like talk about merch across the
they? Well, I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'll get to it now, actually. So, who's in charge of Suspire, or is it very much a collaborative effort? Somebody's always in charge.
I'd like to say it's a collaborative effort.
I think we take leads on different things.
Yeah.
So that's the very definition of collaborative, isn't it?
Well, no, it is collaborative. It is, yeah. No, I mean, we all bring different things, I think, and we're all good at different things. But I mean, I know obviously being in a band, there's a lot more to just playing music and writing music. There's so much stuff you got to do to just even organize a gig. So there's a lot of stuff outside of that which is really important as well. So I think we all have play a big role really in making it happen, because it's all well and good writing a song in your bedroom, but playing it at a gig, getting the support and organizing everything that's involved in gigging and studio time, everything like that. There's so much involved. So it's it's collaborative effort really. And
there's times where like sometimes someone just needs to, and we, me, Zin and Emily, maybe less so the other two, but me, Zin and Emily, you kind of just got to sometimes just say, right, I've organised X day to be in the studio, sort of like let's be flexible and try and all get there. And sometimes it doesn't work, but like, yeah, I think, like I say, me, Zin and Emily have all been that person to put that hat on. So it chops and changes at times.
Yeah,
that's fair enough, because there's a bit like my wife and I when we go to a new city, we can't decide what we're going to have for tea. So we're trying to make a collaborative decision, and then 3 hours later, we still haven't had our tea.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like people. I mean, we're not like full-time musicians, so people.
No.
So it's like sometimes someone's just got to take the reins if someone else who would potentially usually do that job is busy. You just got to do it.
Yeah, and we've touched on this podcast on a few of the other people I've interviewed about the life of an upcoming artist who isn't a professional musician and all the other stuff that comes with it. I mean, in an ideal world, you'd be being paid for making your music, and that would literally just focus on that. You'd have a team of people behind you doing your social media, booking your gigs, sorting your merch, all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, until you get to, not many people get to that level now where they've got all that behind them. It just goes to show how much effort goes into just making a song alone,
Oh, definitely, yeah, 100%. There's a lot of work, and it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff as well. So yeah, it's tough, but it's all worth it really, because it's what we all love doing. So, and
that's the bottom line, isn't it? At the end of the day, if you didn't love doing it, you wouldn't be doing it, would you?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be enough. Otherwise, you will never make it to those kind of heights, like you say. You've got to. It's got to always just be about the music, I think.
Yeah.
And that is forever and always enough for us, I suppose.
Cool. Well, I'm going to ask you a few of my favourite questions on the pod now, slightly less serious than that last little bit of that conversation. Which member of the band is not the full ticket? As in, who's the crazy one? Who's the sensible one? And who's the first one at the bar?
we're all the first one at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the full ticket's hard, really. I mean, 3 of the band members went to Oxford Uni, so the other 2, which is me and Sam, would probably fall into that category. Yeah.
Are you sure? You sure it's not the other way around?
Yeah, I'm not
Well,
sure.
maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose what you define as intelligence, really, but I don't think we've really got it either way. So
Yeah, Jack. I mean, Jack's got a screw loose when I think he's matured. Like I say, I've known him for decades and decades, but he can definitely fall off the wagon at times, but he always gets back on it. I don't know. Yeah, I reckon Jackal's in probably would be that one.
That's fair enough, mate. Someone has to die on their sword on that one, don't they? That question I asked, someone always get picked on. So. I'm sure Jack, as you said, you've known him since you were babies, so I'm sure he won't mind you saying.
Nah, he won't mind.
Yeah, and he's not here, so he can't say anything.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And he probably won't listen back. Right, and so what we like to do on the pod as well is get the people that come on the pod to pick some upcoming artists for us to play on the pod, so that it's not just chat. So we're going to start with you, Sam. Who have you picked for me to play?
I have picked a suppose punk fueled hip hop rap artist that is from my corner of the world, and he goes by the name of Sweet, and the song I chose was Bitter.
That's bitter, not better, because you're a Geordie. And it's
Bitter.
Yeah, I don't know a great deal about him, but I have listened to the tune and it's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie and tell you that it's something that I would ordinarily put on, but I quite enjoyed it, and I've had a little read up about him, and he seems to be doing pretty well. That's cool. Right, we're going to head over to you now, Zin. Who have you picked?
I have picked a Dutch punk band called the Clintons, who we actually did our first Divine Schism show supporting them. They were brilliant. So yeah, we really enjoyed them, really loved playing with them, and yeah, their tunes are brilliant. So I've picked Candair. It's my favourite. And yeah, I got their EP when we played them as well, and they kindly signed it. So yeah, they're really nice people, really good musicians. Yeah,
It was on your Spotify Wrapped, that tune, wasn't it, last year?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, yeah, good tune. Yeah,
Yeah, I have played them on my show many moons ago, but they've also recently released an EP. I don't know if you know that, called Butter.
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, really good. Yeah, I mean, I mean, Candair's my favorite tune, so I had to pick it. But yeah, the new EP is great as well. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're going to head over to you, Emily. Who's caught your ear?
I've also gone with a band who's from my neck of the woods, but it's also everyone else's neck of the woods, I guess. But it's Spaceman by Self Help, who I think we all know and love, and it's one of their singles off their new album EP. But I just think it's great.
Yeah, it's an album and it's called Enrage Engage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one.
And it came out last Friday, recently.
Yeah.
Although when this goes out, it might have been 3 Fridays ago or 2, but we won't worry about the semantics of that. Well, we're going to play those 3 now, and then we'll come back and have a little bit more waffle with you.
Let myself go when I let you go. Give me back that pain, I should put it down my throat. I let myself slip when I let you dip. I'm so fucking small without gripping on that skin. Let me take it back, I can take you back. Let me take it back, I can take you back. Let me take it back, I can take you back. Let me take it back, I can take you back. Let me take it back. Bittersweet, bitter me. Had you in position, but I'm on my knees. Shit, I should've listened when they said I couldn't have my peace. I'm the king, want it all, big mistake. Got me all tangled up in my head. Bittersweet, bitter me. Had you in position, but I'm on my knees. Shit, I should've listened when they said I couldn't have a peace. Have my cake, big mistake. Got me all tangled up in my head.
Tumbling around, I don't know about you. Tumbling around, I don't know about you. Tumbling around, I don't know about you. Tumbling around.
Had you crying in my arms about 1,000 times. Had you in my palms, chasing every single line. Now I see you in the stars. Fucking lost my mind. Wasn't even asked when I had you by my side. Let me take it back, I can take you back. Let me take it back, I can take you back. Let me take it back, I can take you back.
doesn't get any warmer. So I might as well give in to hell, give in to Canada, give in to hell, give in to Taker, give in to hell, give in to Canada, give in to hell, give in to Taker. Grass, peonies, warm. How would we get grease gone? Get imprisoned in my brain. How did we get grease gone? Get imprisoned in my brain. Give in to hell, give in to Canada, give in to hell, give in to Taker, give in to hell, give in to Canada, give in to hell, give in to Taker.
That's three very different but very cool choices there. And that's going to lead me on to ask you, what are your influences in creating the Suspire sound?
Go on, Emily, as our resident born and bred Oxford member. You wanted to, we do take a little bit a leaf out of the Oxford
Yeah,
historic
we do a
book.
bit. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we're broadly indie rock, but we have, we do have quite different influences. Kind of got that little Britpop edge, I think, and a lot of great bands have stemmed from Oxford. So I think we all listen to sort of Supergrass, Radiohead, Foals, all the big ones, Glass Animals, that kind of thing. Definitely sort of coming up in the Oxford music scene, you do definitely sort of feel those influences. I don't know, as a sort of more rockier band. But I mean, these two write the songs, so you can ask them what they think about while they're writing them.
We both love Alex Turner, don't we? I think he's a big influence, his songwriting. I mean, it's so broad. And we obviously love early Arctic Monkey stuff, and I think that's probably more similar to the stuff we write, but also some of the lyricism in the new stuff I think is brilliant as well. We both love Fontaines. We think they're brilliant. Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I think as well, especially for me, what I grew up on was like melodic singer songwritery stuff, like Paolo Nutini, Springsteen, that kind of thing, and that definitely, although your music taste kind of changes over time, and there then becomes that more kind of guitar driven stuff, like the Monkees or Fontaines or Libertines, yeah, Stone Roses as well. Like, but I think like kind of my songwriting is rooted in that kind of instinct for just kind of melodic acoustic guitar songwriting.
You didn't say Sam Fender.
I mean, like more recently Sam Fender, but when
I only said that because he's a Geordie as well.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I think his first EP was great. Some of the lyrics, some of the kind of, the subject matter of his songs is kind of he knows how to unpick those subjects really, really well. And so I suppose there's definitely kind of a leaf from his his book that follows me.
Yeah, I think it's an incredibly gifted person that can take some of the serious subjects, say Sam Fender, for example, and turn it into, I wouldn't say pop song, but
Yeah,
kind of song
Yeah.
that makes people feel good, and yet hypersonic missiles that makes everybody feel amazing listening to it, and yet there's some really really deep shit going on behind that.
no, definitely.
Yeah.
Ady, on that one, if you ask Zin though, he's got a vendetta against anyone who goes by a band that goes by a single person's name.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah.
Paolo Nutini do that though.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose, that's the thing. When you get big enough,
It's
that's
hard.
what happens.
It's
You get a
hard,
backing
isn't it?
band.
I think it depends on the genre a lot as well. I don't know. Yeah.
I think sometimes though they start off with that name,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
and then they progress and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then literally that name just carries on, and then they would probably like to be named as a band, but that's their name, and they probably got a publicist and a manager, and they're telling them, "No, you're keeping that name now."
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just like to be negative. You know.
Cool. Right, so I'm going to ask you about your bucket list venues. So you've all got to pick a venue anywhere in the world that you'd like to play, and you've got to pick one support act. I can probably think of a couple of them already, but who wants to start off with that? Should we start with you, Emily? Let's start with you, Emily.
Oh man, I was saying to the guys, I'm gonna sound so boring on this one, but my bucket list venue is O2 Academy 2 in Oxford, so upstairs at the O2.
Awesome.
Like, I've gone to so many gigs there,
So
and it's the one where Creep was filmed, and it's just, I mean, I like to think it's attainable maybe for us.
I should think
I
it
would
is.
just
Yeah.
love to play there one day. In terms of support, I have no idea. Probably also someone from Oxford, like my mate's band or something, like Sleepers.
That was your mate's band?
Sleepers.
Okay, cool. You can have them. It's your gig. You do what you want.
Yeah, true.
What about you then, Sam? Cool.
I mean, Wembley might be nice, but that's probably shooting too far. I think that I've seen a couple of gigs. I saw my first ever gig actually at Newcastle City Hall, and more recently I've seen Roger Daltrey of The Who there. I've seen the Charlatans as well there actually, and they've kind of redone it a bit recently. They've redone the kind of layout of the room, just to make it kind of more, I don't know, the acoustics are better, the standing experience is better. So yeah, it's like a beautiful old building right in the centre of Newcastle. So I think that would be one for me.
And that's nice that you're having a homecoming. So that's 2 homecomings so far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Zin, what about you, mate?
Glasgow Pyramid Stage. Is that too much to ask? Or...
No.
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 Well, yeah. I mean, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's some. I went to a lot of gigs in Liverpool. I really like 24 Kitchen Street, but I mean, I was trying to be a bit more exciting than that because I think if we played a gig in Liverpool, we probably could get one there. But that'd be cool. It's a really nice venue in the Baltic Triangle. Not really. Don't usually get bands in there, but I've had some great nights there, so it'd be cool to go somewhere like that. And then maybe the Pyramid Stage a little bit later on. Maybe I don't know.
Get it 6 months.
So Liverpool Friday, and then Pyramid Stage Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a trek down there.
Yeah.
We'll get a private jet or something.
Yeah.
Cool. So while we're talking about venues, you didn't mention your supports either, Sam.
Do I have to be like realistic? Could I say like?
You can do whatever you want, mate.
I mean, we saw Fontaine's DC quite recently. I just think they're arguably that and Starburst, and I mean this podcast is being recorded the day their second tune's been released. I've not actually heard it yet, but I just think they're just such an exciting band at the moment. So I probably would go Fontaine's DC.
So you should have said Ali Pally because
Ali Pally, yeah.
I'm going to see him Ali Pally on the Friday night.
Oh, we Saturday.
So we're there as well.
Oh, we'll see you there.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you there then. We'll see you there. So Zin, are you going to have the same support then?
No, I'll have Arctic Monkeys warming us up.
Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it? Yeah. He'd bring Alex Turner and his words. That'd do.
Yeah, he can come do a tune with us as well. Like when they get Miles Kane on, he can do that for us.
That's very cool. So while we're talking about venues, what can we expect from Suspire for live gigs? Have you got any coming up soon that I can come to?
We've got one in the pipeline for next month, Friday, the 19th of July at the library. It's not been announced yet.
Exclusive. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I don't know when it'll be announced, but it's sort of we're just sort of doing the last little bits before we put it on sale and stuff like that. But it should be a good one. Nice little dingy basement, so it should.
I love the library.
Yeah.
They've got a fruit lager on.
Yeah.
Everyone going to the O2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jubal. Yeah.
That's it, Jubal. Yeah, I can never remember the name of it, but I love it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I drink too much of it and I can't remember the name. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that's the next one from us. Should be good fun. We're gonna be playing with a band called Fiverr, who we've not actually played with or seen before, so we're quite excited. Yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah, no, I should definitely try and get along to that, and I suggest that anybody listening to this that's in the Oxford area, or even if they're not in the Oxford area, comes along and watches you as well, because you're pretty bloody good live. Right, so where do we get to? So I haven't asked you about music for the rest of the year, because obviously you've only just released your EP, so I'm a little bit reticent about pushing you for new music, because that's just my greedy nature. But do you have anything planned for later this year? Or?
We do. We are going
to have to go into too much detail, mate.
Well, I mean, we don't actually have that much detail, to be honest. We're going back in the studio weekend after next to record a couple more songs. But yeah, I mean, we've not gone yet, so there's not very much we can give you other than, I mean, I guess maybe you'll hear them before the end of the year, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
What I can tell you is that we've got like a massive bank of songs that we're trying our level best to get that out there into the world.
Well, there's no pressure on you, because like I said, you just released your debut EP, so you got to let that swim in the water for a little bit, and then you can come crashing in with a massive dive with some new music later in the year. I don't know why I used the swimming pool analogy there, but
no, I like it.
Well, I don't think I've got any more questions for. Actually, I've got another question for you. Zin's probably alluded to it. Where do you see Suspire in 5 years' time?
Oh gosh, can I?
Go on, Emily. You the answer on this one.
It'd be nice to have that tour bus, wouldn't it, guys? I think ideally, within 5 years, I reckon we'd quite like to release an album at some point. It'd be nice to get potentially some sort of management so that we don't have to do all the admin. And yeah, I'll be honest, that tour bus is looking appealing, even though I would have to live with 4 guys on it.
Yeah, I mean, like getting a good UK tour under our belt would be like,
yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be lovely.
I think a European tour would be really cool as well.
Yeah.
Shoot,
I think we want to play more places, basically.
I don't think any of that is unreachable. It's just like we discussed it earlier. You got to put the work in, and you got to carry on the love for it, and you can get wherever you want to. Really, there's no limits, is there?
Yeah, I mean, money's tough for everything costs money, and I suppose 14 years of austerity has meant that the art scene's been massively cut, and it makes our jobs harder and harder, and sort of pockets smaller and smaller. But we're trying our best, and like you say, you just got to do it for the love of the music, and that'll take you to where you want to be, no matter how big or small that is.
Yeah, well, you've already got some amazing merch. That T-shirt,
yeah,
very cool T-shirt. So I know there's an outlay to merch, but at the minute you probably make more money out of selling T-shirts at a gig than you do the fee. So, obviously that's an avenue that I hope you carry on with, because I love a band T-shirt. So
there's one sale for whenever we're doing next one. Then is there?
Yeah, sold. Done. Take my money. It's been absolutely fantastic having you on. Thanks for coming on, Sam, Zin, and Emily. And I wish you all the best for the rest of the year. And I hope the EP continues to get loads and loads of streams and loads and loads of interest from people. Have a wonderful time in Italy, you boys, and Emily, whatever it is you're up to this weekend. I hope you have a great time.
Thank you, Eddie. And
Thanks very much.
Thanks for the support, man. Thank you.
No worries. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
To finish shining a light on with Suspire, we're going to play my favourite track from the EP, Another Universe.
You're dying to make a living. You're taking, never giving. No. What if I said no? I never do. Only for you. You thought you'd lost your daughter. You would have if you hadn't fought for her. Oh, she made it through. Only for you. Oh, you too. Do I cross your mind? 'Cause you cross mine all the time. If I had a state, would your heart decay like mine? Oh, everyone's does in time. My brother, he never taught much. And then again it happened when he was young. Oh, so young. On the angel's song. How more he could have done. And nobody there to tell him that it'll be alright. You tried one night. It's testament to you. Oh, you too. Do I cross your mind? 'Cause you cross mine all the time. If I had a state, would your heart decay like mine? Oh, everyone's does in time.